Alright. Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of Late Night Rant. I like to experiment with a new format here in which I'll be able to discuss and share my thoughts on newest gear and music production. This week in the first episode I would like to discuss my thoughts on the new gear announced during NAMM 2017. Let's get right into it. So the first thing I'd like to discuss is obviously the new Elektron, the Digitact. A lot of people were disappointed that it was not the new Octatrack 2.0, but the way I would like to look at it is that actually this might be a test run for a bigger device for the new Octatrack. What I understand is unknown right now is whether it's going to be a sampler or also a digital synthesizer, drum synthesizer. If it has some sort of a synth engine, that would be really, really cool. What I really love about the Digitact is that it's going to have conditional trigs, so the best functionality of analog rhythm. So it's going to have it on the sample engine and on the MIDI engine, on the MIDI sequencer. So it's going to actually take sequencing to the completely next level. If it uses the same architecture as the analog rhythm, it's going to be a very, very, very powerful device. And obviously, it's going to have overbridge, overbridge is just awesome. It's a great functionality. There are obviously big questions that I have. The first question is filter architecture. Is it going to follow the Octatrack route with the high-pass, low-pass architecture, or is it going to go the analog rhythm route with only one multi-mode filter? I would prefer them to go the Octatrack route with a digital filter like in the Octatrack, but we'll see how it works out. The second question is that there's only one LFO, and I'm hoping that this is not going to become the standard solution for Elektron, because 3 LFOs on the Octatrack are absolutely stunning, and I actually miss those extra LFOs on the analog rhythm. There's a feature request on my part. It would be really good if they finally released overbridge for iPad, so that we can use overbridge as a bigger screen, sort of to really extend those tiny Elektron screens. Overall, I think it's a great product, and also I think it's a great business decision, because at a lower price point you can really get people hooked on the Elektron workflow. And once this happens, I can be a case study for that. You know, you're lost, you're gonna start buying Elektrons. Okay, next thing on my list is the OPZ from Teenage Engineering, and I really like Teenage Engineering. The only reason why I don't own OP1 is that I can't justify spending that much money on a small device that I would probably only use when traveling. I wouldn't integrate that into my studio. And actually OPZ would give a reason for me to get a Teenage Engineering product because of the video feature. People have been laughing that, oh, you know, it's a strange quirk. But actually, if they can get it right, and if you can generate visuals with your own content, with your own stems, it can really take your performance to the next level. It also has the light support via DMX, I think. Maybe they can add Philips Hue support. That would be great. So right now, when I'm recording a late night jam, I also need to put together some visuals to make it interesting. If the OPZ can generate those visuals for me, that would be awesome. Plus, you can edit everything on the iPad, which means that you can get as big of a screen as you want, essentially. So, Elektron, take notice. The big question is whether the video aspect is going to work fine and it's not going to be super repetitive. So if it works well, it's going to be a really interesting product. And also, it's going to be, as they said, cheaper than the OP1, which is a no-brainer. I would definitely get one if the video functionality works fine. Then we have the black horse of the NAMM show, which is Sheer Electronics Relic 6. Presented, it's a prototype, very interesting, gorgeous looking interface, very tactile and very responsive. It looked very nice in the demo. The big question is whether there's going to be much interest, because at that price point I would just go for the Prophet 6. But yeah, we'll see. Pretty interesting product, in my opinion. As you might know, I'm also interested in playing guitar. I play guitar a little bit from time to time. So some of the guitar products were also very, very interesting for me. One product that I found pretty interesting was the Line 6 Helix, which is the pedal board, but they also offer a full VST functionality right now. which means that you can create your guitar sound in your computer, use it in the studio, and then upload it directly to your pedal board, which could be really cool. One thing that it needs, I think, is a touch screen to make it really responsive. But apart from that, it looks like a great product. So I like Line 6 products. I have a bunch of pedals from them. So definitely a very, very interesting product. Right, next up, Pioneer Toyraz. People have been saying that it looks like a glorified Volca. It seems like it's a little too little too late for a monosynth of that sort right now, but we'll see. What's definitely interesting for me is that DSI is working on a budget level synthesizer, and they're actually teaming up with Pioneer to deliver those sort of entry-level DSI branded products. It also, in a funny way, makes DSI instruments more aspirational, which is also pretty interesting. An interesting business decision, I would say. And yeah, there was also one more cool product, the fretless fretted hybrid bass from Ibanez. I think it's really, really cool for people like looping artists who rely on one instrument and perform solo when they have the opportunity to play fretted and fretless at the same time. Could be a really interesting musical proposition. All right, so what was the most interesting product that you've seen at NAMM? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know if you like the new format and if you have any more video requests. Make sure to subscribe to this channel for more tutorials and more jams. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great night. Take care.